Hey guys, in this video we're going to be fixing the fence. This is my garden, and fencing is what keeps the deer and other creatures out. So over here we got the fence kind of laid down. These wooden posts got old and rotted, so the fence is basically on the ground. So that's one thing I'm going to be repairing. Over here there's a hole that looks like rabbits and stuff can get through. It's like a highway for rabbits. Right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's about an 8-inch hole. So we're going to do something with that. Right here next to my greenhouse, there's supposed to be a gate, but I never built it. And here I'm going to show you why. A lot of these plants have gotten eaten. That's what it should look like. This one got eaten. That one got eaten really bad. That one may be eaten a little bit. Over here, there's a row with a whole big blank spot where they ate and ate and ate. And these peas were bigger a couple days ago. So you can see them over there. Then they're hardly there. So something ate those. This gate just needs to be closed every night. We do it sometimes, but not enough. And over here, the fence is just lying down unused because this post and that post collapsed. That post is in the way of our pathway down to our woods. Goats want to say hi. So I used clippers to cut up some brush here a little bit. And I'm going to take this pole and stand it up. But I'm going to pound a T-post right next to it. Here's what a T-post looks like. And there's the pounder. Pounded it in a couple times. Almost up to the thing. We're probably going to want it about 6 more inches deep to get a good solid post for holding this fence up. I'm going to try to show myself using this. You basically just lift it up. It's pretty loud. And that pounds it in. It's a whole lot easier than using like a sledgehammer to pound these in. Now I'm going to pull that up, the wooden post, and tie it off to this. Alright, I stood that up. It's not quite as straight as I'd like it to be. The T-post is leaning that direction. The tree's leaning, so this is more like straight. So it's probably like a 25 degree angle off. But that section of fence is up. I think I'm going to cut off the end of that post there that's laying flat with my chainsaw. See if that helps everything work better. So I got that post cut. The top is thrown in the woods. The bottom I stood up. And it's holding this section of the fence up really nice. Over here, this was leaning a lot. And so what I did is with the less tension on it over there, I was able to wrap it 3 times around this. Now it's good and tight and a lot closer to vertical. Still probably 10 degrees off of straight up and down, but it was like 25, I estimated, which I'm not very good at angles. Anyway, I'm going to hook this fence onto, there used to be nails somewhere up here. I don't know if I can reach that nail, but may have to put new ones in, or screws. But I'll try to hook it on here, see what happens with that. So here what I've done is I take the little ends of the wire and I wrap them around the other wire, and then it's all laced together, and that creates a very nice strong fence there. I don't think anything's going to be in here. This is kind of a wide span without a stake, maybe 12 feet instead of what I was trying for was 8. But I don't have a lot of T-posts and I need them on the other side. The first section of fencing that I showed you. And there is one more repair that I need to do down here. Didn't show you at the beginning. I'm cutting weeds even as I make the video to make my path better. Anyway, somewhere down here there's a place where this hole is probably 10 inches wide and a few inches tall. It's probably 3 inches tall, but I think almost any creature could get in there besides like a deer that we have here. Maybe not a turkey either. So, I'd wanted to fix this with little pieces of fencing that I wired in like I did that last joint, but I haven't found my spare fencing, so I'm going to put a bunch of little tiny sticks pounded in, and I'll show you how I do that a little bit. So I got a twig. This is probably 1/4 inch diameter and maybe 18 inches tall. Probably not that much, probably like 14 inches tall. Anyway, I'm going to put it through the fence and then into the ground. I think if I do 3 of those, it'll work. I do need to angle this cut so it goes in the ground better. Okay, now I got a pointy end. Flipping it upside down from what I'd originally said, but that's the end. Alright, pushed it in. It's sticking up about halfway. And I think some things will still be able to get through, so I'm going to put in at least 1, probably, maybe still 3 more. Hi, goats! This is the goat pasture here. They want to say hi. Actually, what I think they really want is me to throw them some fresh greenery. They've eaten down their area, and here they are. But there. Eat some briars. That's our least favorite wild rose, multiflora rose, and they're enjoying it. The last one of these I'm going to do is going to be a hooked stick, and I started putting it in. I wanted to show you, but I'm just going to put it in. I'm going to cut it a little shorter. The purpose of this stick is to hold down the fence. I want this end shorter too. So I think that's going to make it hard for the fence to come up from a small creature. I'm going to weave it into this fence up top a little to make it stronger. And I think that'll keep our creatures out of this hole for a while. Oh, now they're butting each other around, acting like goats. Amazing. Now this side of the garden is done, so I'll pick up my chainsaw and go to the other side. And of course I got tools on both sides of the fence, so I'll have to come back for that fence post pounder. Here's 3 sticks to do the same thing with the other hole under the fence. Okay, we're right near that hole, but I've got raspberries I just transplanted. Made a video about it, and now I'm going to work on this hole right here. This ground doesn't look as soft underneath there, so I don't know if this will work well. Well, it's actually a lot softer. Okay, maybe the bigger stick will work. Okay, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. Alright, I think I'm going to be going and getting more and bigger sticks to try to make this thing hold creatures out. So, that one felt like it held something. Let's try. Right there. Okay. I feel like I got to start now. But I still got a big enough hole for a good creature to get through. Not a good creature. A big creature. Okay, I feel like I'm going to need 4 or 5 more sticks the way that's going. So, let's go get them. Okay. Got 5 more. This one had a nice hook on it, putting more depth so I can push it further in the ground so it might hold better. And then I just got 4 long ones to do verticals. I did a bunch of these last ones on angles because I don't know if this is her. I feel like that's going to hold it. So I don't think anything can get through there for a few weeks. And hopefully I'll get something better figured out by then. Alright, this is a goat, or not a goat, a gate. And it should just close by putting a piece of the fence on here. And there should be one down low. There is. Way down here at the bottom. Anyway, is it that easy? No. It's not that easy. Life rarely is. I'm struggling with the fence. And it's tangled up. It's coming loose off that post. I'm going to clip some and maybe that'll be enough. Sorry. This is probably not something I should have videoed while doing. Okay, I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I cut off a lot of weeds off the fence. Finally got them tight here. And there is a middle screw after all. Thought there should be. And up there at the top. So this gate is closed. Should keep creatures away from my cabbage, Brussels sprouts. The broccoli is what they ate first in there. Kale's doing okay. Guess that's the least tasty one of all. But the broccoli went first. Okay, giving those weeds I just cut off to the goats. And now we got this section. The fence is standing up right here. This post is not a cut off post, but a tree. So it survived just fine. Then the rest of the posts have fallen down. And a lot of weeds have grown because we never got this part of the garden fully developed. So, I feel like I gotta cut away a lot of weeds before I can actually get to the fence to figure out what I'm doing with it. Alright, so we're back here. I got this cut up. It's probably been half an hour I've been cutting weeds off this fence. And I took the posts off too. Except that one, which is not very good, but it's holding the corner together. Goats have been having a very wonderful feast while they eat all these weeds. And I found 2 posts. I really want to put 3 in here. 1 at the corner and 2 across the stretch. So I'm going to try to wiggle this post out. And probably need both hands. So I got that post out and pounded in right here. Starting from where the fence is standing correctly from the live tree. And we're going to go this way and get that corner last. So 2 more posts to go. And I think I came in like 6 inches because this was laying on the ground. So I picked it up and tried to get a post under it. That went up even closer to where the fence originally was than the first one. And so I just have this corner post to do. And see how that goes. See if I can connect it easily when I'm done. And then still got to lace up the main gate. And a couple tiny holes I haven't shown you yet. Want to work on. So it's not over yet. I think this is going to work. Got that tied there. It's a little droopy right here. Only about waist high, but I don't know. I might let a deer jump over. But none of this fence is very high. It's probably only 4 feet at this spot too, where that post is. Anyway, the garden is much better protected. And just a little bit by the original gate still to do. Let's go look at this from the outside. Sorry. The lighting is weird here because it's sunny. I think that's going to hold a rabbit out, a possum, coon, whatever it is, for a while. Now tell me in the comments what you think. Alright, how to close the gate. Oh, thought it would be easy. Just hook it on that screw there. And there should be one down at the bottom too. Maybe one in the middle. Now I'm going to twist that one twist. And down here, what do we have here? Yes, this is a screw right there. Alright, is that enough tension? Might put a block of wood on there. Alright, but there is still another problem here. This fence right here is weak. I think I'm going to put a block of wood there and attach everything to it. Alright, here's how I plugged the hole there, because this was like a big hole right here. It actually turned out to be from there to here, so about 25 inches, 23 inches. And I put a board there to, there was a place where the opossum was going under our house. I don't know if you saw that short a few months ago. Anyway, I think this is going to hold the animals out of here. I might put a block or a brick on the bottom of the gate. And maybe a couple of bricks. I don't know. Thanks for watching, and we'll try to have some interesting video on the end here. Maybe the video of the opossum that was under the house here.